When it comes to the world of gaming, we've all heard about the absolute icons, and for our Sonic fans, we've poured countless hours into the 16-bit classics, lost our minds over the soundtrack of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and praised the time-traveling genius of Sonic CD. And while those legendary titles have basked in the glorious limelight, a handful of other Sonic games were sadly left in the dust, forgotten by time, and even dismissed by the fanbase entirely. But what if I told you that some of the most fun and the most innovative, as well as the downright exciting entries in the franchise, are actually the ones that everybody sleeps on? So join me today as I take a look at some of the most unappreciated Sonic games of all time. First up, let's throw things back to 2003. Let's talk about Sonic Heroes, a game that, despite being a massive multi-platform launch, often gets massively overlooked in favour of the Adventure series. Now, Sonic Heroes hit multiple systems like the GameCube, the PlayStation 2 and even the Xbox. And yeah, I know what some of you might be thinking. Critics and fans alike often drag this game down for its slippery, clunky controls and repetitive stage layouts. And while some of this might be ultimately true, you cannot deny the sheer ambition of Sonic Heroes. Instead of just blasting through a level as just the blue blur, Sonic Heroes forces you to control a trio of characters, switching between them on the fly. There were 4 distinct teams within Sonic Heroes, each bringing a completely unique vibe to the table, giving the game an insane amount of replay value. It may not have the polished perfection of the Adventure series, but it's an underrated classic as well as being a lot of fun. But anyway, let's go to the realm of 2D. Now, before I talk about Sonic Rush, we have to talk about this Sonic Advance trilogy that had its home on the Game Boy Advance. These 3 games weren't watered down handheld spin-offs. They gave us incredible levels and they were challenging platformers.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Anyway, moving forward in the handheld timeline, let's finally talk about Sonic Rush. This is another game that was criminally underrated by the mainstream at launch, but it has slowly earned a fiercely loyal cult following over the years. Being released for the Nintendo DS all the way back in 2005, Sonic Rush introduced the boost formula that went on to define Sonic games for the following decade. It utilised both of the DS's screens, allowing Sonic to rocket from the top screen to the bottom screen in a seamless dizzying display of pure velocity. Unfortunately, Sonic Rush was overshadowed by other titles, but for Sonic fans, it remains an underrated hit. But anyway, let's go on to an absolute classic. Now, let's paint the picture. The fandom was still suffering from the emotional damage left by Sonic 06. As fans, our confidence was shaken and the franchise desperately needed a hero. Enter Sonic Colors. Now, I know Sonic Colors has garnered a massive rock-solid fanbase over recent years, but when it first dropped back in 2010, it was criminal how underrated this game was for its sheer quality. The setting alone was also excellent, an interstellar amusement park that was floating in outer space. But the real game changer were the Wisps, little alien creatures that granted Sonic wild new power-ups. These powers added incredible depth to the platforming, giving old-school fans like myself and newcomers alike a reason to replay levels over and over in order to find those hidden secrets. So if you haven't played it yet, you're definitely missing out on peak modern Sonic. Wow! Landing on the Wii U and the 3DS in 2013, Sonic Lost World did something wild. It fused traditional Sonic speed with gravity-defying parkour-inspired physics. Instead of normal horizontal tracks, Sonic was running upside down and sideways, giving off major Super Mario Galaxy vibes. Now, from the chaotic team swapping of Sonic Heroes to the gravity-bending parkour of Sonic Lost World, these games prove one thing. There is so much more to the franchise than just the mainstream Sega 16-bit classics. Some of the titles I mentioned have their own quirks and even their own personalities that the Sonic fandom absolutely love. Sure, they may be a loud, chaotic reminder of some of Sonic's faux pas, but then the best Sonic games aren't always the ones that sell the most copies or get the perfect reviews. They're the ones where Sega decided to take a massive risk and defied expectations, while pushing the absolute limits of what the world's fastest hedgehog could actually do. So the next time you find yourself in the video game store, take a moment to locate some of the lesser known Sonic titles, because you could be pleasantly surprised. But anyway, come back next time for another amazing video within the world of gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.